So a lot of you have been asking, how did you make this beautiful sleeve? Okay, so in this video everything is going to be detailed. I'm going to show you how I cut and sewed this beautiful structure sleeve from scratch. Okay, so keep watching, and if you've not followed up with the first video on how I made this blouse, please follow up on my channel. Everything is on my channel. Okay, so let me teach you how I made this beautiful structure sleeve. Let's get started. So we are going to start with our pattern paper. I folded my pattern paper into two, like so, and I'm going to come down by 5 inches for the buff. That is a buff sleeve. It's a buff sleeve sha. So you are going to come down by 5 inches for the gather in the buff, so that the hand will come up very well. So after I came down by 5 inches, I went down for the full length of the sleeve. The length of the sleeve is 10 inches, so I marked 10 inches as the length of the sleeve. So I'm going to connect the lines together. The next thing I did was to mark my sleeve curve. So I'm going to divide my sleeve curve by 2. So what I have is going to be 9 inches, but I marked 9 inches first, but it's going to have an allowance of 2 inches seam allowance. Okay, it's making it 11 inches or 11 inches. Yes. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to go in by 1 inch and connect my armhole circumference divided by 2. That's the client's armhole circumference divided by 2. I had to curve it. It's 13. I have to curve it to 13. Then I'm going to connect from the curve. That's the 5 inches, the buff allowance. That's the buff allowance. Buff allowance. Now this is how I connected it from that 5 inches allowance I gave earlier. So now we have 11 inches here. I'm going to connect it to the 13 inches, and that is just it. So we're going to cut out the piece. So let's put the design on the sleeve now. So we are going to open it up now, and I'm going to go in by 3 inches, come out by 3 inches on that side. I'm going to come down by 8.5 inches. If you like, you come down by 9 inches, depending on how open you want it. So because I want it very open, I came in by 6 inches on the down part and then connect it like so. I went in by 3 inches, came down by 8.5, and for the curve I went in by 6 inches. As you can see, I'm going to cut it out times 4 of it with my doll face, times 2 with lining, times 2, and the other side times 2. Okay, because we're going to use one pattern to cut out the sleeve. If it's 2 pattern, then I'm going to cut one side of it. You're going to see how I'm going to cut it out now. So I'll place the pattern paper on one side and cut times 2, and turn it over to the other side and cut times 2. That's for the 2 sleeves. So see how I'm going to place it like so, and I'm going to cut it on this side but times 2, and I'm going to turn it over and cut it out on the other side like this times 2. Just watch. It's for my 2 sleeves. Okay, now I have 2 of it here. I'm going to turn over to the other side, you see, and I'm going to cut times 2 of it as well. You see, So now we are going to cut another times 2 for the, this is the sleeve, so we are going to cut the lining of both sleeves now. Yes, you can see this is how the sleeve is going to look like, and then we fold it like this, and it has already come out. The sleeve is already out. You see, this is what we're about to make. So I'm going to cut times 2 of this, of each of them. We are going to cut another 2 and 2, making it 4 on each side of the sleeves. So I'm going to fold it again and cut another 2. I fold it by 2, and I'm going to cut another 2. Just watch the process. Oh my god. So I'm going to cut this one as well. Okay, this one is complete now. 2 is for lining and 2 is for the main sleeve, and I'm going to cut another 2 with the other side of the sleeve. Okay, now I'm using doll face for both the lining and the main fabric because of I want it to be very neat and have quality. Okay, I want it to be a luxurious blouse. It's a George fabric, so it's already luxurious. No need to sorry. So now we have 2 sleeves here. We have 4 of each piece, 4 on each piece. That's for the 2 sleeves. So here I'm going to give a notch on the sides that I'm going to stitch. So I'm going to stitch all the places that I'm going to notch now. So I have to mark down. Remember, we went down by 8.5, but now we're going to close it up by 11 inches. I want it to be closed, like a bit closed. So I gave a notch on the place I'm going to stop sewing, then gave a notch on here. I'm going to start sewing from here and I'll stop here. That's how I'm going to join the 2 sleeves. So now that is how I'm going to sew it. I just gave a notch. So now I'm going to start ironing all the pieces with my hairstay. Okay, the front piece is going to have an hairstay, while the back piece is going to have a pepper stay. Okay, that's the lining is going to have a pepper stay, while the front piece is going to have an hairstay. So here I'm done ironing, as you can see, guys. As you can see, I'm done ironing. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like after ironing. I have my hairstay and pepper stay ironed. Pepper stay is for lining and hairstay is for the outer part of the blouse. So I'm going to join the linings together. The one with the pepper stay, I'm going to join them together for one sleeve. We are doing for one sleeve now. Join one side of the lining and the hairstay together, and then sew like this, like this, like this, like this, and leave a little space there. Then join another hairstay and pepper stay together. This is for one sleeve. Bring your lining and your main fabric together and join. I'm going to join and leave space at the upper side. Okay, and leave space here from here to here for turning. Then for the other side, this is for one sleeve. For this sleeve, this is for another sleeve. I'm going to do the same. So here I am done joining, and this is what it looks like. This is the one with the pepper stay, and this is the one with the hairstay. So this is for another sleeve. After joining, as you can see, this is what they look like. So we are going to work on this. I'm going to place it right side facing right side, and then attach it with the ones I've notched. I've notched it before. You can easily dictate where to pin your pin up. Okay, so remember, I've notched it before. So I'm going to sew on top of it. Just watch what I'm doing. So I'm going to sew like this. I'm going to sew like this. I'll join them together. Then I already started sewing with my machine, but I will show you what it looks like after sewing. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I'm done joining. I've already gone ahead to print the upper side. Okay, I've printed it. As you can see, the off is already out. I top stitched it. As you can see, I came down by 10 inches. Okay, as you can see, I came down by 10 inches, and I just run a stitch on top of each other, as you can see. So it's time to attach it to the blouse. I'm going to pin it around the blouse armhole, and then run a stitch with 1/2 inch on top of it, and then that's it. The blouse is very easy to make. Okay, it's just so easy to make. So this is how I'm going to pin it around the armhole of the blouse, around the armhole like so. Once I'm done, I will run a stitch with 1/2 inch, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like after joining the two sides of the blouse. As you can see, it came out so beautiful. Now I am going to go ahead to start beading. Okay, I'll start attaching my appliques, my design to it. It's going to come out very well. So after the beading process and attaching the appliques and everything, it came out so beautiful and neat. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching this particular video. See you in my next video. Bye.